Hello again, Dominic Trophy, and welcome to another video. And this time it's actually something video game related again, but it's actually about Nintendo this time. And no, it's not about the NX. I will be doing something about that soon, about Nintendo's next console. But this one is actually about digital Wii games on the Wii U eShop. Now, for those that don't know, yesterday, a year ago, it was actually, it's been that long since Nintendo sold Wii games again on the Wii U eShop, which I think is a really, really good thing. To sell them digitally and then, do them that way. And it was actually, obviously, shown off in the Nintendo Direct last year. And when I heard about this, I thought, this is a really, really good, idea. And it really expands, the amount of games you can play, which is really, really good. And I cannot believe it's been a year, even though it's yesterday. That's why I wanted to do this, thoughts and opinions video. Now, my thoughts about digital Wii games on the Wii U eShop, I think was actually a really, really good move from Nintendo. Now, obviously, the Wii U is backwards compatible with Wii games, which is still pretty good. But it really extends the amount of games, again, as I just said, on your console. And I think this is why I kind of like the backwards compatibility emulation, virtual console path, because it really makes it pretty much, an interesting way to go, because obviously Nintendo's never done this, especially with modern consoles. Obviously they've done it, with virtual consoles, with virtual console games with the NES, the Super NES and Nintendo 64 on the Wii. When it launched back in 2006 and over time, which I think is really, really good. Because obviously it's a bit like what Microsoft has done, because obviously the Xbox One is backwards compatible with Xbox 360 games, well, not all games though, but also you can purchase Xbox 360 games digitally on the Xbox One, which is pretty good. Pretty cool actually, and pretty interesting. And obviously, Sony's done it with the PlayStation 2 games on the PlayStation 4, which obviously they did with the PS3 as well, which is pretty cool. A lot of people have given it a lot of backslash, but I will be doing a video on that very soon as well. But the one thing I'd like is the choice of games on it. Now, when they started it, obviously they did it for 3 weeks, and the first game was Super Mario Galaxy 2, which is a pretty good game. I really like that game. And then obviously, they've released the first one down the line. And obviously, so what they did with the second game was Donkey Kong Country Returns. Now in America it was Punch-Out Wii, which I've not played, but I should have to play that. Because it's a pretty, cheap game. And then the third one, I think, was the best one ever that they put on, was Metroid Prime Trilogy. Yes, which is still a very expensive game to buy, physically. Now, how this worked was, for the first week, the game was actually half price, and then, so the second game, half price again, but the first one becomes, full price. And then when the third game came out, that's half price, second game's full price, and then, so on and so forth. Now, over here, the games were £18, and they're £18, $20 in America. But for the first week, it was near £9, approximately £9, for the first week. $10 in America, which I think was a really, really good deal. But it's a shame that they never continued that when they released more Wii games on the Wii U eShop. Because I think, honestly, it would have been really, really good. But I think one of the best moves that they did was they actually added a lot of expensive and rare Wii games, such as The Last Story, Pandora's Tower, and I think the best one was Xenoblade Chronicles, which are very expensive games, and they actually did release very late in the Wii's lifespan. And to get them digitally at a cheap price like that is absolutely amazing. For £18 for Xenoblade Chronicles, the Wii version, is an extremely good deal, because the disc physically is about £80, £90, even £70, and it's a big, hustling to pay for that, where you can actually get it digitally, for that, for an extremely cheap price. And I know a lot of people like physical games. I do as well, but I do purchase digital games, and I probably might do a video sometime in the future about what I prefer, digital or physical. But back to the point, that's just what it is. And I've actually tried. Two. Cause I actually got them half price. The first one, obviously, I got Super Mario Galaxy 2, which actually is really, really good. Because obviously, I never played it. A lot of people might think, "What? You never played it before?" Yes, I never played it before. Everyone's late at something when it comes to games. And then obviously I purchased Metroid Prime Trilogy. And I think for £9 at the time, because it's 18 now, but still worth it, at either price, is definitely worth it. It really, really is. And that's just how I think Nintendo does stuff. I think Nintendo does a lot of great ideas. And I know people make fun of them due to how they are. But they just make good features with the Wii U, and I think that's one of the best things you can do. I think for the Virtual Console, they've done so much stuff on it. They really, really have, and that's why I think Nintendo do a lot of good stuff. I know sometimes they mess up on things, but for the experience that I have and other people who have, the Wii U and other Nintendo consoles, they've done a lot of great stuff. And I kind of like that, so I will definitely be looking forward to seeing what other digital Wii games Nintendo will be putting on the Wii U eShop. Because, as I said, I can't believe it's been a year since it started. That they were just my thoughts, opinions about this topic, about what I think about digital Wii games on the Wii U eShop, after 1 year. I'm curious about what any of you think. If you purchased any of these digital Wii games on the Wii U eShop, what are your thoughts on them? Do you enjoy playing them? And that's the thing. Actually, just one more point though about certain Wii games that are on the Wii U eShop. You can actually use the gamepad to play it, such as I said, I think Xenoblade Chronicles does that since it used the classic Controller Pro, which I think is really, really cool. And it's just how Nintendo does stuff. I think it really, really makes you think. That's amazing. Could they do it with physical Wii games? Maybe, I don't know, but it could be. It could do. But as I said before, what are your thoughts on it? Have you purchased any of these Wii games on the Wii U eShop? And if you're actually interested about commenting on this video, you can. And that's pretty much it on the point. So thank you very much for watching, and hope you enjoyed my video, and catch up on my upcoming videos as well. So see you later. Bye.